In the annals of history, there are moments that transcend time and place, etching themselves into the collective memory of humanity. One such indelible moment was captured on the tiny island of Iwo Jima in the midst of World War II. It was a moment that would symbolize the relentless spirit and unwavering determination of the American soldiers who fought in the Pacific Theater. Iwo Jima, a name that would forever be synonymous with valor and sacrifice. The sun had barely crested the horizon on February 23, 1945, when a group of young men, battle-hardened but full of hope, made their way up the volcanic slopes of Mount Suribachi on the island of Iwo Jima. The battle for Iwo Jima had been raging for days, and it was a scene of unimaginable chaos and destruction. The Japanese defenders had turned the island into a fortress, and every inch of ground was fiercely contested. Among the group of soldiers climbing Mount Suribachi were 6 brave Marines: Mike Strank, Harlan Block, Franklin Sousley, Ira Hayes, Rene Gagnon, and John Bradley. They had been tasked with raising the American flag at the summit, a symbol of victory and hope for their comrades below. As they ascended the treacherous terrain, the weight of their mission hung heavy in the air. The American forces on Iwo Jima were in dire need of a morale boost, and raising the flag atop Mount Suribachi was seen as a crucial step toward that end. The young Marines, faces smeared with dirt and exhaustion etched in their eyes, knew the significance of their task. Mike Strank, their sergeant and a seasoned veteran of the war, led the way. He was a tough, no-nonsense leader, but his heart was with his men. Harlan Block, a Texan with a broad smile and a love for his family back home, followed closely behind. Franklin Sousley, a farm boy from Kentucky, was right there with them, his thoughts never straying far from his loved ones. Ira Hayes, a Pima Native American, carried with him the memories of his homeland and the hardships his people had endured. Rene Gagnon, a young and eager Marine, carried the flag with reverence, fully aware of the importance of the symbol he held. John Bradley, a Navy corpsman, tended to the wounded as they climbed, a silent witness to the courage and sacrifice of his comrades. The journey up Mount Suribachi was grueling. The volcanic sand was loose and treacherous, making every step a struggle. The Japanese defenders, hidden in the tunnels and bunkers that crisscrossed the island, continued to resist fiercely. The battle raged on around them, the deafening roar of artillery and the cries of the wounded a constant reminder of the stakes involved. But the Marines pressed on, driven by a sense of duty and the knowledge that their actions could change the course of the battle. With every step, they drew closer to the summit, and the weight of their mission grew heavier. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the summit of Mount Suribachi. The sight that greeted them was both awe-inspiring and heartbreaking. The American flag had been raised before, a smaller flag that had been replaced by a larger one, but the symbolism of that moment was not lost on anyone present. Rene Gagnon, with the help of his fellow Marines, carefully unfurled the American flag. It billowed in the wind, a symbol of hope and freedom in the midst of the brutal battle that raged below. The men watched in silence, their hearts filled with a mixture of pride, relief, and sorrow for those who had fallen. It was at that moment that Joe Rosenthal, an Associated Press photographer who had been covering the battle on Iwo Jima, captured the iconic image that would become synonymous with the valor of American soldiers. The image showed the 6 Marines, silhouetted against the sky, raising the flag. Their faces were obscured, but their determination was evident in their posture and the strain on their faces. The photograph would go on to win the Pulitzer Prize and become one of the most iconic images of World War II. It was a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of the men who had fought their way to the summit of Mount Suribachi and a symbol of hope for a nation weary of war. But for the men in the photograph, the battle was far from over. They would continue to fight on Iwo Jima for weeks, facing relentless Japanese counterattacks and enduring the harsh conditions of the island. Many of them would not survive to see the end of the war. Mike Strank, the tough sergeant who had led his men to the summit, was killed in action just days after the flag raising. Harlan Block, the Texan with the infectious smile, would also meet his end on Iwo Jima. Franklin Sousley, the farm boy from Kentucky, would not make it off the island either. Ira Hayes, the Pima Native American, would return home to a hero's welcome but would struggle with the weight of survivors' guilt and the memories of the battle. Renee Gagnon and John Bradley would also return home, forever marked by their experiences on Iwo Jima. The photograph of the flag raising on Mount Suribachi would become a symbol of the sacrifices made by all the men who fought on Iwo Jima. It served as a reminder of the courage and determination of American soldiers in the face of unimaginable adversity. In the years that followed, the surviving Marines would carry the memory of that day with them, a reminder of the bond they had forged in the heat of battle. They would reunite on occasion, their shared experiences on Iwo Jima binding them together for life. As the decades passed, the image of the flag raising on Iwo Jima would continue to inspire and captivate. It would become a symbol of American resolve in the face of adversity, a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who served their country, and a testament to the power of a single photograph to capture the essence of a moment in time. In the end, the story of the flag raising on Iwo Jima is not just a tale of courage and sacrifice, it is a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity in the face of adversity. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is hope, and there are those who are willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for the greater good. It is a story that will live on for generations to come, a symbol of the indomitable human spirit and the power of unity in the face of adversity.